Apothecary Diaries, Season 1, Episode 22, rocketing towards the conclusion. Leave a like on the video, please. Please! And subscribe. We're getting to Season 2. You're going to want to see those reactions. Watch these final episodes as I am proven correct that gyokuyou is a conniver and is, has been angling towards her own success this whole time. I'm not saying that because I got spoiled or something. I don't know if that's even true. I just guessed it on episode 2 or 3.
We've just been speculating that if they're gonna reveal that, like a semi cliffhanger ending,
it would be perfect for the end of season 1.
Might be the way they do that.
MAOMAO's back at her house. We just had kind of a gap episode with all this random stuff last time. Just to make us settle in, make us feel like nothing's wrong.
False sense of comfort kind of thing. Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna learn some shit about all that stuff this time. What do you think?
I think so.
Or we won't.
Or not. There's only one way to find out.
Leave a like and subscribe. Check out Patreon. See uncuts for the rest of season 1 and for whatever we're done in season 2 right now. Hope you enjoy. Let's go.
春の芽吹きを感じる頃、玉葉様の妊娠は確かなものとなった。
She's so cute.
不思議だな。赤子がいるとわかるのか。私もそろそろ。
Wouldn't you know that, MAOMAO?
充実してると、やっぱり日が経つのが早い。父様の胸にいた2ヶ月は無駄に長かったのに。
A picture.
It's on paper.
On the paper, you're right.
これはカラハツタケというキノコで普通の花を描きなさい。
What's wrong with mushrooms?
How about some poisonous flowers?
What about some, blue rose?
目の寒い花びらが美しくてね。かつて宮中によく生けていたものですが。青い装備など存在しないでしょう。それがあるのですよ。また皆でめでたいものですな。なんとかなりませんか。
Jeans splicing?
なせぬことなどないのでは。装備があるのなら私もぜひ見てみたい。暇にですな。いやはや実に楽しみだ。
What is this code for?
I don't know.
来月の園遊会で。余計な案件を抱えつとも。言うな。とりあえず二重の花屋を当たってくれ。
Request every florist in the nation. Be like, no, sorry.
今は装備の季節ではないと。急に呼び立ててすまない。今度皆で青い装備をめでようということになってな。
青い装備？私は薬屋ですが。
ああ。
何か訳ありか？やけに疲れてるな。
He's tired of that guy's games.
装備か。知識はあるが、以上相手の小遣い稼ぎで扱いだが、本当に青い装備を見たと？
ああ。
幻覚剤は流行ってるのか？
んなもの回ってたら国が滅ぶわ。jinshi様。無理だろうか。
He's overworked.
のようにすればよろしいのですか？
来月の園遊会に用意できるか？
装備が咲くのは少なくとも2月以上先で
This
す。
guy's asking for something impossible.
なんとか断っておく。
jinshi様のこの反応、それに無理難題を押し付けるような。
Yeah, seems very familiar, doesn't it?
とある軍師から持ちかけられたのでは。
とある。
わかりました。お引き受けします。
Really?
いいのか？
できるかわかりませんが、やってみます。逃げているだけも腹立たしい。どうせならあのにやけたモノクルを勝ち取ってやる。 紳士様、いくつかお願いしてもよろしいですか？使用を許可してくありがとうございます。
You're an expert in all things blue.
構わないもともとあなたが作らせたものだもの。懐かしいな。以前毒に伏せったリコ様のために
I was gonna
Greenhouse?
try and grow some
今
roses.
回さすがにただでは申し訳ない。こちら味方の愛読書です。ありがたく頂戴するわ。取り寄せておいてよかった。
Putting it in windows.
ああ、来たか。言われた通り立てさせたが、一体どうするんだ？
装備を狂わせるんです。
狂わせる？どういう意味だ、薬屋。
Maybe they'll become blue when they're trapped inside. Wait. Because, like, you know, some plants, when they're grown in greenhouses, right, they change different colors. Like,
I mean, I
versus
guess they-
under artificial sunlight, sometimes they do. Maybe they're going for something like that. What makes me think that is not just botany. It's, which I'm less knowledgeable about than storytelling. But her mom is a flower that's been kept inside for so long. So he's asking for something that will, like, emulate that type of thing in some weird, symbolic, freaky way to, like, fuck with her somehow about, like, her mom.
Yeah, I don't.
These blue roses wilting because they're roses that's, like, a symbol of romance that is kept inside, thus turning blue under certain
I just
conditions.
don't know how they're gonna achieve that because I don't.
Yeah, I don't know
like,
either.
I mean, maybe with certain chemicals in the soil. Like there are flowers that like the pH of the soil determines the thing. I don't know that typically roses would do that. I think usually like colored roses that are in the store, I think like you just take white roses and put them in dye and it sucks them up, which they could potentially do if they were just displaying them like not like if they were displaying cut roses. They could probably also make some type of blue dye and dye them, or just like dip them in something maybe.
Yeah, I feel like she's gonna use like some kind of knowledge, either like that, and if they do dye them, like dip them in dye. So she grew this rose inside, you know, like I feel like it's the process of doing this is either on a meta level for this anime and for this story, it's going to say something that reflects kind of her mom or something about the situation with her life. Or that's going to directly, like, tell MAOMAO something about the whole situation. Like, the process of doing this. Whether it's, you know, creating something beautiful that's cooped up inside and then, you know, coating it in something else. Like how she covers herself in these fake freckles, even though she's beautiful and she was kept away from the rear palace. Similar to how these flowers are grown inside. I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of symbolic connection. Let's find out.
それで狂わせるか。
作保証はありませんが。
Pretty good idea.
You opened your stitches again?
They get her to help do the heavy lifting.
もしやお目付け役か。無理だけはするなって大変言われたのに。
You usually get to hang out with your friend.
手伝わせて。
She always talks differently to her, too. And she talks like she's smiling.
そうだね。
Whoa, look at all those.
仕込んだ装備は100株以上。
100.
最後。うわー、すごい量。ばらけさせ、できるだけ早咲きのものを選んだ。そうなってほしいけど。
Just like, really hope so. I want to show that freaking asshole that I can do something that's impossible.
温度調整には細心の注意を
I
払
mean, you don't want to bake them.
う。人手を数名派遣してもらったが、他人に任せることは難しい作業だ。間違って全て枯らしてしまってはおしまいだ。晴れた日は外に出して日光を浴びさせる。
I'm really intense with this. Look at them grow.
調子はいかがですか？差し入れです。
ありがとうございます。仕事サボれておやつまでもらえるなんて最高だよ。これも仕事だけどね。どうしたんだろう。さあ、物珍しいのか。 それとも怖いもの見た作新芽の多い苗があったらいくつか摘んでくれる？栄養が集中して咲きやすくなりますし、病気の予防になるんです。
Uh-oh.
大丈夫だよ。
ありがとうございます。
いいえ。
She's so funny.
急いで。
Oh no.
No, 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 no.
なかなか出ないね。
Well, ideally you'd want them to bloom right before the garden party.
寒さがも
Or maybe it's like a thing like pregnancy.
徹夜で小屋を温める。
Like the analogy here. The way she's like suffering over this labor, growing these things, like, you know,
天候はままなる。
because they were just bringing up Gyokuyou's new pregnancy at the start of the episode.
Look at him.
寝たよ、明け方。明け方ってさっきだよ。できることやっとくから、ちょっとだけ寝たら。話せないし。またこっち見てるね。毎日毎日よく飽きないな。
They have nothing better to do.
というか気が散る。何か気をそらせたら。すごい。これがないか。花町ではみんなやってるよ。綺麗だもんね。
They just want to join in and have fun. Or what?
Oh, now everyone's doing it. They saw it and then they're like, oh no.
してるの？可愛い。最近流行ってるよね。
She started a trend. Trendsetter MAOMAO.
帝の寵愛を受ける上級妃は最先端だからな。非効率ね。本ニャン様はおしゃれより仕事か。酪味も終わりましたので、水晶宮に戻ります。もう園遊会まで時間は？今回、玉葉様は欠席され
It's
る
probably
の。
for the best.
ローラン様のお披露目に席をお譲りする形よ。妊娠を隠してました。では。
Especially if you got poisoned last year.
水晶宮では大丈夫なの？どんどんやつれていってるわ。無理しないでね。ありがとうございます。
Jesus Christ.
You need to sleep.
Or did he know? Maybe there isn't any symbology here. He just knew that she would be the one to have to do all this, so tucker her out before the tasting to dull her senses.
That'd be crazy. Oh no.
Or, oh yes? White rose.
つぼみ。さっき見つけたの。やっと一つ目だ。このまま行けば、なんとか咲いてくれるかも。
Sleep. She should be sleeping during the day and then heating it up at night. Rose time.
薬屋から連絡が。いえ、何？
ジン様。
Does she not look as beautiful? Oh, she looks like destroyed. Because last year she was just like perfect.
She's been worked to the bone. Oh, yeah, and she's not even tasting poison this time because she's not there.
あれが師匠殿の娘、ローラン妃か。
Hang on, what?
ね、
Shisho.
ローラン妃か。
Everyone's just amazed. Oh,
She's
all of
very
her
beautiful.
attendants look like identical to each other.
So green.
ローラン妃に至らぬ点はありませんかな。
This guy.
何でもおっしゃってください。
なんなりと。わあ。
青い装備、まさか。つぼみを目で咲き誇る姿に思いを馳せるのも一興かと。美しいな。人士に向けられる あらゆる視線。いくら秀でた容姿があろうと、勘が出しゃばる様を好むほど無欲な勘ばかりではない。式場はいい。いくらでも利用法がある。ともいい。扱いやすい。厄介なのは何を考えているのかわからない。
Yeah.
そのジップで女帝の寵愛を受けた男。今の帝は頭が上がらない。意味を絶やさない。それに今、師匠よりも厄介
It's already eating.
ラカン、あの男だ。
Are you?
The guy next to him just laughing his ass off.
と嫌に
So it's just a petty thing.
気がついた？リンファさん、もう水晶宮に行っちゃダメ。いつもやつれ果てて帰ってくるんだから。
Every time.
すみません。
起きたか。
私はこれで。
座ったままでいい。
難しいですね。すみませんでした。
それは俺に対してすまないと言うんじゃないのだろうな。なんでもない。十分だ。一体どうしたんだ。
染めただけです。
染めた？何もついていないぞ。
すいません。内側から染めたの
Look
で
at you, florist.
Use
す。この
blue
装
ink.
備はもともとすべて白い花なのです。葉っぱはどす黒く染まるので、あらかじめすべてむしっておきましたが、愛の間色落ちしないよう、色水の染み込んだ綿を固定すれば完成です。実に単純な方法です。実際、骨が折れたのは装備の花を咲かせるまでだ。
確かに単純だな。
何かしら言いがかりをつける感が出るかもしれません。帝には先に種明かしをしておきました。最初に秘密を知るのが嬉しいらしく、最後聞いてくださいましたよ。
では昔、宮廷内で青い装備を見たというの。
毎日青い色水を装備に吸わせる暇人がいたんでしょう。
なんでまたそんな。
Who indeed?
口説く道具でも欲しかったのでは。
Seems
珍しい
likely.
な。染めているのか。
似合いませんけどね。髪があればもっと綺麗に染まるんだけど。つま紅の異名を取る小足の異名を取る
Painted nails in the OP as well around the time they're showing the blue roses and stuff.
鮮やかな赤になる。綺麗に染めたところでこれでもまともになったんだけど。頼んでいたものは。
ええ、言われた通り。
ありがとうございます。
The item.
これで舞台は整った。
For what?
あとは
Oh.
いけすかないやつに一泡吹かせるだけだ。
She gonna poison him?
失敗に終わるとは。
So he was just trying to agitate her.
人間の顔は碁石のようにしか見えない。女は白石。軍部の部下の人間せいぜいシャンティの駒だ。卒で階級が上がるほどに馬、砲となっていく。軍部の仕事は簡単だ。配置をすればいい。適材適所。それで大体の戦は難しいことではない。たとえ自分が無能でも割り当てさえ元を終わらせてくれる。王はいつも以上に目が痛い。どうにも赤い色がちらつく。つまくれないか。記憶の中のつまれりはケバケバし。
She started painting her nails because that's what her mom did.
Just to
So
taunt
so
him.
she knew that he was taunting her by forcing her to do the blue roses. So she started a trend amongst all the
painting
women
nails.
through the concubines by painting her nails and getting Liwa to do it, then getting all the other concubines to do it, then get all their ladies in waiting, and then all the lower concubines to do it as well.
Everyone.
So she got back at him
And of
from
course,
red to blue.
everyone was gonna do
Yeah.
it right at the garden party because it's like the big event.
Yeah. Genius. Genius.
Yeah.
宝泉下の赤。
Genius. Bishop advisor. Actual genius.
Yeah, that's super good. That was so sick.
I kind of want to watch the ending just because we haven't watched it at all. What do you think of that one?
It was a good episode. I like the reveal at the end about the nail polish because she knows that all like courtesans always paint their nails, so that's how she's like, oh, I, you know, not even just like specifically her, like also probably her mom, but obviously but obviously she wasn't alive like when her mom would have been like painting her nails and stuff, so she would have known based on like what other people were doing and perhaps asked or been commented on that her mom always did that, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so she, like, that's what she's trying to do is it's just like the winter roses were clearly something directed at her to annoy her and provoke her, and then she does the same thing by reminding him of her mom.
Yeah, it's basically he was asking for like a impossible task of make roses bloom out of season and make them blue, which is like impossible to do naturally. So but she not only was smart enough to, she didn't just paint them blue, she like dyed them blue the same way that he obviously figured out years ago and did and had
But why? Or but oh, and also the other girl, I forget her name now.
The friend?
No.
The other girl.
The other girl who faked her death.
Oh, yeah.
She was all picking flowers and planting flowers and stuff. So maybe it was her. If that's his true-born daughter.
Who grew blue roses, you're saying?
Yeah, maybe. Like, it showed him doing it, because that's what MAOMAO imagined. But she was the one, like, planting flowers, picking flowers in the area. She was the one manning that garden. So, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or he could have grown the blue roses and given them to her mom. Because that's what she was saying. Like, someone, wooing a woman would be, like, a good reason to spend hours and hours like watering these freaking roses all over the place.
Yeah, but there was stories like they were saying, oh, the stories of blue roses blooming within the rear palace or whatever, was either, you know, was his thing. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. It's good though. I feel like all that shit that I was saying about the you know, I went a little bit crazy with the overthinking and over symbolizing with the flowers and like the growing of the roses, but I feel like they're, you know, the connections aren't out of nowhere necessarily. I feel like they, you know, maybe, I don't know, after seeing where it went, I can't say whether or not they were in those connections I was talking about are intentional, but I think they do make sense. I feel like it's an interesting kind of connection there.
It's definitely a way for, like, you know, for it to be interpreted. I like this whole scene is really interesting with, you know, Jinshi comes up and, you know, puts the flowers and everyone's just kind of annoyed by him.
Yeah.
This guy again. This guy who's always coming around and being the hottest guy of all time. You know, and here he is with his blue roses, you know, like it's just, they're all annoyed, but then this guy just like looks like vaguely like pleasant, but isn't looking him in the eye. Like he's got like this like weird like little kind of like not necessarily like a smile, but like he's not looking at him in like disgust or annoyance, you know. He's just looking very weird, you know, like you can't tell, and that's what's dangerous about him.
So this guy is the connection that I was talking about with the doctor last time. Concubine Lilan's father, the man favored by the mother of the former emperor, which is the same mother of the former emperor that passed the fucking tariff or whatever, the bill against cutting down trees. So if she favored him, and he's this super rich trader, merchant king guy from the south, by the way, which is where the sea is, shipping, international trade. The doctor's family was engaged in international paper trade. He probably has other, you know, maybe he had his hands in the paper industry or textiles and things like that. So it would be worth it for him to put the word in the ear of the previous empress, the mother of the former emperor, to put the ban on cutting down trees, because that would completely fuck up this other rival family who's making paper, i.e. the doctor's people. So this guy has been angling politically for a long time, and what does it mean to be favored by, you know, like this is the question, is what do you think does it mean in this case to be favored by the mother of the former emperor? Does that mean that he was plugging the mother of the former emperor? Maybe is this
or was he, because he is like a military guy, right? So
is he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they. I maybe he's also a traitor for some reason. I just thought that he was like a high-ranking military guy.
Well, I know Gyokuyou's family are like really political and stuff like that, but when they were introducing her, they were saying that she comes from like a really rich family.
Yeah, for some reason I thought that he was like a military guy, but maybe I'm just misremembering that.
Master Shisho. Oh, maybe. Because master is usually what they refer to as like military people. Like this Master Conan, for example.
And he has like the special hat.
Yes, but the Emperor does too, and the Emperor's not in the military.
Yeah.
The thing's not here.
Oh, I thought that it was.
I thought it was. Maybe it's an animation mistake. Because I thought it was when he was walking up and like first
I
smiled.
thought so too. I thought that I re-noticed it because I remember that you.
Yeah, it was. It was an animation mistake. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be a military. I mean, it looks like the uniform that the military guys wear, but it could just be formal wear. Yeah. Maybe he was in the military.
Because I guess what I'm saying is if he is military, then being favored could mean that he like raised to a higher ranking because he got promoted based on the former emperor's wife's like if she, this guy deserves a promotion or something like that.
But like what business does the former emperor's mom's mom, the former emperor's mom, have? What business does she have favoring another fucking guy, you know?
Yeah. Well, she was
also
also passing bills as well, so she was clearly, like, wheeling and dealing.
Was she wheeling and dealing? It sounds like she was getting wheeled and dealed by this dude. Because if it was the former emperor's mom, that means the former emperor was emperor, which means his former emperor, his father, which would be Jinshi's great-grandfather, was dead. Because it was, unless they're just putting in those terms so that we understand it and to connect it to the sort of terminology we know so far. But if they're saying the previous emperor's mom, not the previous emperor's wife, you know, like they're saying it in the context of the previous emperor's mom, meaning the previous emperor was the emperor, and she was just a woman, which means maybe she was getting down with this dude, or he was banging her, or getting with her in order to pass this shit so that he could advance financially by ruining this other family. That's my theory. Yeah. Like, I feel like it fits too well.
The other way that she could have been involved, like, she's just like the wife or whatever. But if her husband died while her son was still too young to properly make decisions, then she could have been in charge of making decisions on his behalf, along with like some type of counsel.
Perhaps, if this guy is like controlling her or like if they say them saying that she favors him, that could mean anything, but like it means that probably he was at least angling for some decisions. I think that's pretty fair. And now this is like the end of his long plan. He's basically like Tywin Lannister. He now has Cersei here who's trying to, be the perfect, most beautiful woman in the kingdom to marry the, and what is that going to mean for... How is this gonna help? What's interesting to me is how is Lakan gonna be against this guy or with him, or
is he just doing his own thing?
Or is Lakan working with him, and that's why Lakan was trying to assassinate Jinshi so that Jinshi couldn't take the throne, that she
would be like, if she had a son, her son would be in charge.
Because maybe they found out the secret about who Jinshi is. That's why Ado had to fucking leave. So that this girl could go in, and this girl is his daughter, right?
I wonder if
it's all connected.
I was going to talk about this before too. I wonder, like, they say like every time he can hardly recognize her because she's wearing like a different outfit. I wonder if she is changing her outfits dramatically to try and find out what he prefers.
Yeah.
Because like this guy's like, oh, is there anything like you want to change about her? Just let me know. just let me know and it'll happen, you know?
So he's sending like all these different outfits from the south, from his home, like anything, and the most fashionable things.
Yeah, he is just trying to make her like very kind of exotic and mysterious, but like as far as we've seen, she doesn't really have a personality. Other than
she's been trained to keep it hidden.
Yeah, but she's not presenting one. Which I think is actually working at her disadvantage
for the Emperor.
For the Emperor, because the Emperor seems to enjoy good company.
He likes bubbly, foxes who are just like built. That's what he likes. That's what the Emperor likes. Not teenagers who only speak when spoken to. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like all this shit is connected. That's why they were telling us about the Doctor's family. Well, that's why that's important. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he might be a military guy. You're right. Because look at all the other military guys. Hang on, where are they? Where the fuck are they? Hang on. All the guys sitting down with Lakan. Where the fuck are they? So look at his chest. Mm-hmm. Boom. Look at all of their chests. Is all a similar marking? Unless that's the military symbol. It's a different symbol now that I'm looking at it. Maybe just it distinguishes rank. Maybe. But this like Mandela pattern that's on them is different for him. Maybe that I wonder if this is his house sigil. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's
on her? Maybe she will be wearing it. Maybe there's kind of a similar pattern that the animator just kind of put on everything, but.
I feel like it's in stuff like this, like in terms of like outfits and stuff. It's so much harder when you're trying to examine like historical thing for a culture that you're not familiar with. Yeah. Like, if you're looking at like a medieval Europe, either like historical or inspired thing, you're like, yes, I can determine this and that because I've seen like 5,000 versions of this and someone of this.
It all kind of works the same. It all kind of works the same. Like as far as reading shit, that's different. But like, people have heraldry. That's similar. It's usually a lot more complicated in the East than it is in the West. But like, you can see he's wearing this.
Yeah, actually, which is the similar thing that Jinshi's wearing.
But that's strange that, but, and then this is kind of more like that guy's, but this is also
slightly different.
It's more, it looks more official, like with the way that this central sort of symbol is on their chest. It looks more like, I don't even know if that's a word or if it's like a kanji. I don't even know. Is it kanji in Chinese?
Or it's supposed to be like a royal thing or something, maybe?
Or something that dictates the military, like some sort of coat of arms like that, whereas... or maybe it is rank, and then this guy has a higher rank. Shisho has a higher rank. So he has like a different Mandela pattern. I don't know. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe
and like all his guys have nothing, so like I don't know what they are.
I mean, they look like, kind of like lihaku. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like we might need to. Should we go back and see if he's a military guy?
It might be worthwhile to check.
Yeah, here's that guy again, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what he's about.
He looks very specific.
He does. Are you sure this is the first episode that she was in? Not
yeah,
the second one?
I'm pretty sure it's the first one. The title is called The New Pure Consort, and at the start it's her, like, entering the palace. She's been here for a while. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, who was this?
This is the drunk guy, I think.
No, this is way later. That was like episode 7 or something. This is somebody else getting poisoned. By the same girl. That's not Conan. But that is whatever the fuck her name was. Sui Lan. Suiren is the
dad.
What?
No,
that's the fucking Jinshi's like maid.
Oh yeah.
Shisho is the dad. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Lock in. You know what? If you're not gonna lock in, if you can't even follow me this deep, then you can't be fucking dissuading me on my theories. Like, oh, I don't know about that. You don't even know who's anybody's fucking name is. You don't know what's going on. This is somebody else. It's somebody else getting poisoned. Did we ever even come back to it? I don't know. Is it the metal worker, maybe? No, he's too young. Oh, it's the fucking older brother, the dude who liked the seaweed, I think, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Because it's her. Mm-hmm. Right?
Lurking around.
Yeah. I think it's the seaweed. To prove that. Because, yeah, the brother that was influenced by Lakan to get the seaweed. Which, by the way, same episode where she, you know, because we were talking about the South, all that kind of shit. Okay, let's find out this shit.
I feel like we've been watching this show so fast. Like, this seems like it was, like, one episode ago, but also, like, so long ago.
Where do they talk about it?
I know that they did at some point.
I know they did talk about her dad. It's so fucking annoying. And they didn't talk about it this far. They talked about it way earlier. They didn't talk about shit this episode.
Maybe in the episodes when Aldo was moving out?
Maybe. Can't tell what she really looks like underneath. That's an interesting... First of all, that's a really interesting thing to say when they say later that the Emperor can't even recognize her. That's two things referencing the fact that she could be fucking anyone under that makeup. Oh, man. Famous last words every single time. Okay, that was that piece of information. The next one has to be in the seaweed episode, I think. Maybe they never said what the dad does.
Said. For some reason, I thought that they, like, specifically said that, but maybe I'm just
Lakan who said that?
it. I don't know, because I feel like she just wasn't really brought up. Like, I feel like, I don't know, but at least we saw the confirmation that the girl was there secretly with the seaweed. Anyway, I mean, I maybe I just made that up, and
I think
he's he's like a traitor guy or whatever he is. Anyway, well, I'm sure we'll find out if we see more of him.
I hate you. I was going to talk about more stuff, too, and I can't fucking remember what it was because of you.
Do you think, then, that, like, this guy would maybe try to poison Gyokuyou if he found out that she was pregnant again?
Oh,
or
yeah.
Because, like, they kept her home as a way to be like, oh, yeah, this is, like, the new pure consort's, like, you know, presenting her to this party, right? But it's also to keep it a secret that she's pregnant so that no one comes after her. But if this guy is, like, has, like you've been saying, has been, like, in the works for so long trying to get his daughter into this position...
Yeah.
Then, like, this guy, like, I know you've been speculating that, oh, Gyokuyou's been, like, you know, scheming and maneuvering and stuff, but, like, this guy, like, you know, he seems like he could be pretty ruthless if he wanted to, and that might, like, totally disrupt things.
Yeah. Yeah, well, okay, yeah, I don't know, because that, you bring up an interesting point. Since the last 2 episodes, it's become immediately way more likely that all of Lakan's shit doesn't connect to Gyokuyou, that it actually connects to this guy. Mm-hmm. It seems way fucking more likely.
Yeah.
You know, now we have a focal point of corruption, or like, you know, like before it was like, oh, who could it be hiding in plain sight that could be doing this? Gyokuyou was a perfect candidate for it, and I think she still might be, because they mentioned one point that she... like, her family was from somewhere and was super wealthy and influential. And that was just kind of brushed over. I forget what episode that was, but she was, like, writing a letter or something. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I forget what... Oh, it was maybe... Yeah, I don't know. I forget what episode it was or what was going on around it. But they mentioned that, and that was, like, a very subtle thing. You know, kind of like a lot of things that have been said in relation to Laolan. But... Laolan is going to show up with a different colored eyes one of these days, and it's going to be fucking whatever her name was, assassin lady.
That would be crazy.
Yeah. Maybe maybe it's honestly, maybe it even comes down to a personal grudge, and this guy just wants to kill the Emperor because of being in love with his grandmother or something.
Yeah, and here's the other thing too. It's like,
or maybe he like, what he wants to do is eradicate the current royal family, because if he was plugging the previous dowager, like, you know, a few generations back, he might be a part of the branch family, and that, like, and he might have, like, you know, like maybe she had another child with him, and his line is actually like, if you kill this side of the tree, and then we went through ancestry.com and found out that it got all traced back to the previous emperor's fucking mom.
Well, yeah, I also wonder if he
and she was with this guy.
If he is working with Lakan and he wants to kill off Jinshi so that he's out, and then get his daughter knocked up by the emperor, and then kill the emperor, and then
the assassin.
Yeah, and then he's still like wheeling and dealing, because then if his daughter would be making decisions on behalf of her son, the infant emperor, then it would really be him making all the decisions, because he's her dad.
Yeah, I mean that's the easiest path to victory right there. Yeah.
There's definitely something going on. And if he is working with Lakan and he does know about Jinshi, then that would explain this, like, weird, like, response to him, as everyone else is just, like, mad at him for being, like, a super hot eunuch, but this guy's, like, looking at him weirdly, then, like, knowing the truth would potentially create that response as well.
Yeah. We stopped recording and then found it. So first off, this is episode 20, when they're going through the caskets and she starts having this crazy, like, she's thinking about the other girl as a rival. I don't know what the hell that's about. Then there's this. It just cuts to this. And then there's all the stuff revealing just a lot about Jinshi and the eunuch. And then he visits her.
今日もまた素敵な衣装ですね。
ありがとうございます。
今あまり触手が動かないという。ローラン妃はかなりのシャレ者で、髪も化粧もコロコロ変わる。訪れるたびに妃が誰かわからなくなり、混乱する一度は通うことにしているらしい。ローラン妃の父親が先の皇太后に気に入られた重臣であり、下手に扱うわけにはいかないからだ。先の帝の幼児趣味を嫌悪している今の皇帝は、リーシュ妃に手を出すつもりはなさそうだ。少女の頃に今の皇帝を産んだ皇太后は、その十数年後、もう一人子を産んでにつきっきりになり、何事もなく無事に出産を終えた。だが、アードー妃の出産は皇太后の出産と重なったためにないらしいんです。アードー妃の子宮を失い、今の皇帝の初めての巫女も間もなく亡くなった。もしその時の今生きてくだらぬ妄想だ。さっさと次の東宮をこしらえてしまえばいい。
I guess that's it.
But I guess if he's a high-ranking official, then yeah, that makes more sense as to why he could be a favorite of hers. Much like in the situation that I posed, that if her husband died and she was making the decisions and there was like a council.
Yeah.
And he's the guy.
Yes.
Doing stuff, probably like you said, to his own advantages. But it makes sense, because I was like, like, why would just like a southern trader or something like could be her favorite, but then it would get very complicated. Military official, like a military guy could be her favorite, but again, like, what interest does she have in like a random military guy? So yeah, I'm kind of glad that we went back and checked, because I feel like it makes sense.
Unless the reason they have the same thing on their hat is because she was the royal one. And he was like not a male concubine, but like she was the only heir. And then
she was like the
emperor's dad. The previous emperor's dad. So he would be the emperor's grandfather, who then had a child and is now trying to like shop that one off. That's a fringe theory. I don't even know if I fully believe that. But that would explain the favorite thing as well and connect it back. It's also maybe why she would be such a good like pick for a concubine is because they're like just like related. Like she would be the current, because they went over all this shit about how the like just after this about how the current emperor like was born when his mom was so young and you know all this shit. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. Leave a like, subscribe. See you next one, person.